This could be very interesting. Hello, everybody. We are here with Dragon Quest Builders. Now, this, I am 100% sure, will not draw a lot of people to my channel. But these games are fun. If you don't know them yet, I hope you guys will enjoy these games quite a bit. I'm going to play both of them over time. For now, I'm going to be playing the original Dragon Quest Builders. I hope I have it downloaded. Fuck. If I don't have it downloaded... Dragon Quest Builders... Yeah... I don't have it downloaded, so we might have to take a break already. Oh, it's quick. 4 minutes. Yeah, okay, that's good. Let me talk about my experience with the series. I never knew that I would like the series really that much. But for some reason, I bought it. I bought the original Dragon Quest Builders. I think it was someone who was recommending it to me. Because it is a building game, and I like building games, you know, games where you have to build stuff. I like Minecraft and all of that too. And it has the block aesthetic, but it does a lot of unique things that I was kind of missing with Minecraft. Minecraft, I am missing the story elements of a regular RPG, you know, like the open world. I like the building stuff. And yeah, the open world, the RPG stuff is usually handled in Minecraft by by mods or third parties. But I always thought it intriguing, a building game like Minecraft that has a story, a genuine story attached to it. And then along came Dragon Quest Builders, which is incredible. These games are incredible in general, I would say. I played both. I finished both. I love both. They could have a lot more blocks, to be honest. And they could have more DLC or additional stuff. And I'm hoping that Dragon Quest Builders 3 is in development right now, because I really need it. Dragon Quest Builders 1 has the regular block system, and it uses them relatively well. It does the RPG system very, very well. Dragon Quest Builders 2, story-wise, is longer. Way longer. Dragon Quest Builders 2 is like a really long game. Okay, let me switch over before we talk your ears off. God fucking damn it. Okay, let's download our save data. But yeah, Dragon Quest Builders and the whole series actually does something relatively unique with the building blocks that they have. They have very, very unique building blocks that you would never see in Minecraft. Blocks that actually do shit that Minecraft would never do. It is a lot more simple, but you can build beautiful structures just with what you have in this game. And it's incredible. It's incredible. It has a really great story. After you're finished with the story, you're basically free to do whatever the fuck you want. You know? And I always loved it. I think it takes place after the first Dragon Quest game. Pretty much. I would need to play the first Dragon Quest game again to know what is happening in there. Or the remake. But I'm hoping Dragon Quest Builders 3 will get announced soon. And I'm playing both on Switch, by the way. For a reason. The Switch has always been good for Dragon Quest builders, in my opinion. The perfect platform for it. It's portable. As you can see, you're building shit. This is so intriguing, like building villages and stuff. And Dragon Quest Builders 1, Builders 2 added additional characters to it that you can get, that you can build homes for, which I absolutely do enjoy, and I hope it will keep going like this, you know? They are very unabashed about the Minecraft references and all of that, but it's basically Minecraft with a story, with really good building blocks, with really cool stuff around it, and I hope you guys will enjoy it as much as I do. Let me... Can I not delete my save data for this? I probably have to... Let me quickly check up data management. Save data. You know, I should make a new account just for streaming on my Switch. Maybe. Or do I have to go into the settings? Sleep modes. Wow. Okay, I can't do that. Delete save data. Dragon Quest Builders. Yes, please. Yes, I want to delete my save data. I'm definitely going to make a separate account for just everything I'm intending to stream. Start from scratch with new save data. Yes, please. Okay. Here we go. Square Enix. I mean, if you're interested, I really would enjoy if you would watch this game. Okay, I have to rewatch the intro cutscene, I guess. That reminds me, I want to play Live Alive too on the channel. Thing is, these games have a very cool aesthetic and very cool controls. They control amazingly. Like, to a point that they even control better than a first-person game. It is a third-person game, by the way, and it controls flawlessly, you know? It's crazy. You wouldn't believe it if you didn't play it. Chapter 1, Cantlin, a land of plains and plateaus in southern Alefgard, which was once home to a formidably fortified city. By the way, I think this game takes place, I think, in an alternate universe where the hero died, I think, in the first game. No, in the first game, I think the bad guy gives you a choice of whether to join him or not. You know? And in that choice, in this game, it's an alternate universe where the hero chooses to join the bad guy. It's time to design your character. I always like the female. They have a bunch of customization options. In this one, they have a bunch of customization options. I don't know why they went for no customization options for Dragon Quest Builders 2. I would like a lot more customizations, to be honest. You know? Alright. Building your world. So, thou art come before me at last. I am the Dragon Lord, Master of Masters, King of Kings. Long have I awaited this moment. Come, take thy rightful place at my side. Do so, and I will grant unto thee dominion over half this world. Thou wishest not for half of the world. Wilt thou not reconsider? 'Tis an offer few would refuse. Nia, at long last I have found you. A single foolish choice has plunged this hallowed land into darkness. Beneath benighted skies, my children crawl as insects on the earth, powerlessly awaiting their own destruction. Sorry. Only by the power contained within you may this ruined world be rebuilt. Arise, my child, your destiny awaits. I see. So you've no recollection of before. No matter, indeed, perhaps it is for the best. After so long a slumber, no doubt your body will still be weak. Arise, my child, and see that you can move freely. Let's get moving. Use the left stick to move around and press B to jump. Alright. Thank goodness, all seems to be well. You can fulfill your role. Nia, my child, I have awoken you that you might perform a vital task. A task upon which the fate of this very world may... What? I do not doubt that you might feel a little poorly, but is not the fate of the world more important than... Oh, my poor child, it is true. You're nearly at death's door. It seems your lengthy slumber has robbed you of your strength. Here, my child, take these white petals. You can use them to restore your vitality. You can always reset your camera too. Good. Nia, you have been blessed with a special power. The power to combine raw materials to build items anew. You can work at this tree stump. Use the white petals you gathered to prepare some healing cream. Alright. Yup. Wonderful, you have made your first creation. Nia, my child, you have a power shared by none other in this world. The power to build new things from raw materials. Now use the healing cream you created to tend to your wounds. Press X to use tools and items. Alright. Do you feel better now? I see the color has returned to your cheeks. You created that healing cream with your own 2 hands. However, the men and women who inhabit this world have lost that power of creation. Nia, my child, a sacred duty rests upon your young shoulders. You must... Well, yes, I quite understand that you wish to leave this place, but first you must learn of your... Very well. I will show you how to build a path out of this crypt. First, take this broken branch. Well done, Nia. Within that humble broken branch sleeps a cypress stick, simplest of weapons. Approach a tree stump as before and use it to craft a cypress stick. Congratulations, my child. You have created your first weapon. Mankind once made tools and used them to build a thriving civilization. And that's all great civilizations do, so too they build weapons. But now only you have the power to build such things. Nia, my child, you have been entrusted with a divine mission to... I can well imagine you're eager to see the world outside, but would you not rather learn more of... Very well. To build a path out of here, first you must equip the weapon you have made. Press A to open the main menu and place the cypress stick in your hands. Well done. Weapons are not only useful for fighting monsters, they can also serve to gather materials. The power to break objects apart and reduce them to raw materials is yours and yours alone. Ever since this world was plunged into darkness and mankind lost this power, they've awaited the coming of one with the ability to create. Nia, my child, the dreams, the hopes, the very fates of the people of this world rest on your shoulders. If this land is ever again to see the light, you must fulfill your sacred duty and... Nia, you're not asleep, are you? Perhaps it is best we continue this conversation outside. To build a path out of this place, first you must break apart and connect the nearby earth. Alright. Well done, Nia. That should be enough. Press X to place the blocks of earth on the ground in front of you. I have marked the location for you in red. Place a block of earth there to build a stairway and escape from this tomb. I know how to play this game, but yeah, the game tutorializes it pretty heavily. Alright. Wow. Alright. Yeah, I'm a little bit dumb. I need to get back into the controls. Well done, Nia. You have found your way back to the outside world. When your eyes adjust to the brightness, you will see the world of Alefgard before you. Light was lost to this land long, long ago, and now darkness reigns eternal. The people who inhabit this somber realm once had the power to create, until it was wrenched from them. Without it, the culture crumbled into dust. Nia, my child, you have been entrusted with a momentous mission. Only by the power you hold, the power to create, can this world be rebuilt and the people of Alefgard arise once more. I beg your pardon? What do you mean you don't get it? Forgive me, my child. After having only just awoken from so long a slumber, this must all come as quite the shock. Let us adopt a more simple approach. Use the power of creation that dwells within you and rebuild this world however you see fit. No doubt you will fulfill your duty in the course of doing so. So too will you come to learn of the tragedy that befell this world, and the role you are to play in its salvation. I am Rubus, the spirit of the land. Go forth, my child, and know that I do watch over you always. Oh, and Nia, there's one last thing that you must know. You're not a hero. If nothing else, remember this. Cantlin Plains, the ravaged realm. The land you see before you was once known as Cantlin. Long, long ago, a bustling city thrived here, ringed all around with stout fortifications. But all was destroyed in the relentless attacks by the monsters. Scarcely a trace remains of its former greatness. Nia, my child, you must use the power within you to rebuild the city of Cantlin to its former glory. This will be the first step on your journey to make Alefgard rise once more. To this end, I bestow unto you a gift. Take this banner of hope in hand and seek the source of light you see before you. Even as the darkness closed in around them, the men and women of Cantlin flew this flag to the bitter ends. Plant the banner in his land once more, that its bountiful light might serve as a symbol of Cantlin's restoration. Now go, make haste for the Pillar of Light. Alright. Yeah, this is dirt. Fucking clean dirt. I need to get used to the controls again. And the controls are very different. Also, the music is astounding, by the way. I've always enjoyed the aesthetic of this. Let's use the banner of hope here in these ruins. A warm and soothing light spreads all around. People near and far will be attracted by the banner's beckoning light. Look, my child, here's one already. Planting your flag. When you plant your banner of hope, the area around it will become your base. The more your base develops, the more the meter of the top left corner on the screen will fill up. Hey, girl. What's this funny flag doing here? There's something special about this place. It's so bright and inviting. My name's Pippa. What's yours? For residents in the town as an exclamation mark, it means they have something to ask. Talk to them and see what they want. What's that? You're the one who planted that flag here? Who are you? Where did you come from? You don't remember? The goddess told you to come here? So I've got amnesia and you're hearing voices. That's not suspicious in the slightest. Oh, but this place is just so lovely. Can I live here? Yeah, my child. Even with the power that dwells within you, you cannot rebuild Cantlin alone. Your first step in rebuilding the city must be to house those who join in living here. Little remains of the dilapidated house, save the door. Repair it by filling the holes in the walls with earth. You can place blocks above by holding R. Hold down X and you will place one block on top of another. Yeah, okay. As you can see, there's also monsters. The battle system is very basic. As the voice in the beginning said, you're not a hero. You're not supposed to be a hero. You know? Although you do end up being a hero most of the time. Because you go out adventuring and battling enemies and stuff, but yeah. But you're not supposed to be a hero. So yeah, you can look up and down with the R buttons, as you can see. So this makes it a lot easier. Place blocks, and there we go. Wow, that's incredible. The walls were all full of holes, but now they're as good as new. Huh? You fixed it with dirt? I thought you were just a weird girl with voices in her head. But you completely fixed that broken down old house. You must have some kind of special power. Here, take these. I found them on my way here. You can have them for fixing the house for me. Okay, I can't crack that yet. I'll have to tear down these old halls. That was a big building once here. But also you can, in each chapter, you can build willy-nilly, you know? So I'm going to try to not leave, to at least build each place up to a certain degree, you know? So that it doesn't completely look like shit when I leave it. Like, you can leave it in a very destitute place most of the time. Like, you can just do the main quests and build stuff up, but it can still look like shit. I'm going to try not to do that, especially since we probably won't be engaging, like, with the mode where you build everything up, right? Where you have free roam and stuff, and you can build whatever you want. We're not going to engage with that mode. Let me clear some of this. God damn it. But yeah, since we're not doing that, I'd like to leave at least each place up to, you know, with a few special buildings and stuff. Obviously, it will take a long time if we do it like that, but maybe you guys will come to enjoy this game with me. This series with me. Not going to do that for the second game, though. Second game kind of develops on its own. And in the second game, you have a hub world that you can build in whatever the fuck you want, and we're going to try to build that up and not the places outside of the hub world, you know? Yeah, let me build this up real quick. Okay. And we're going to fortify the shit out of this too. So if you ever thought we weren't going to do that, we definitely will do that. Like, this will become a small little fortress on its own by the end, I feel like. And... you know, if I can't build up something, I would like to also do that outside of stream. So, for example, I could go outside of stream and just build up an area a little bit more. And show you my creations at the end. That would be also fun, I think. Okay, let's relocate the workbench real quick to this place. No, let's relocate the workbench to this little space here. Let me put it into this area. Alright. You must have some kind of special power to be able to fix that old house like that. How did you do that? What? You've got the power to build new things? What does build mean? Here, my child, do you remember what I told you? Long ago, the people of this land lost the power of creation. It is your duty to help them regain this power. Anyway, I really appreciate you fixing the house like this. But it's not much use without some kind of light inside. But I can't see any torches lying around here. Beside your banner of hope, you will find a mason's workstation. You can use it to build a torch. Take those materials, use them to construct a torch, and reveal to this girl the fruits of your labors. Alright. Let's build a torch. Oh, 5 torches. Good. That's incredible. Hey, where'd you find that torch? You didn't find it? You built it? So that's what building means. You picked up stuff from around here and somehow changed it into a torch, right? Thanks, I understand, sort of. Hey, do you think you might be able to build anything with this? If you need any more, I'll see if I can find some. I just realized something. You never told me a name. Yeah? What kind of name is that? It doesn't sound like you'd have any special powers at all. But you can't judge someone by their name, right? Anyway, Nia, you've still got those torches you made, right? We should put one in the house. A room is complete if it has walls 2 blocks high, a door, and a source of light to stave off the darkness when the sun has set. Press X to place your creations wherever you wish. Go, my child, and place the torch inside the house. So yeah, now we're getting to the concept of rooms, which is also never something that Minecraft would do, honestly, to have dedicated rooms. Well, you basically build them yourself, right? But there we go. That's an empty room. Brilliant. Now that it's all lit up, the room's perfect. You're amazing, Nia. You really do have special powers. It's hard to believe that someone who looks so dopey could be so talented. But you can't judge someone by their appearance, right? Anyway, thanks, Nia. Now we have somewhere to live. What makes a room a room? For a room to be recognized, it has to have walls at least 2 blocks high, a door, and a light source. Alright. They did have the villager system in Minecraft at one point, which I found interesting, you know. Hey Nia, thanks to you we have such a lovely room. But don't you think it would be much better if we had something to sleep on at night? I know, maybe you could build something. You must gather materials that you might fashion some bedding. Should you place a bed in a room, you can't sleep on it at a time, night or day, to restore your health. If we had 2 beds, we could sleep next to each other. Nia, are you alright? Basic bedding, straw mattress. Yep. Give me that food. Alright. Let's see. Straw mattress. We need 2. I actually need a little bit more of these. I think the soul thing was in part 2, right? It was in Dragon Quest Builders 2. I think so. Alright, let's make a second straw bed. There we go. You built a first basic bedroom. Sleeping quarters for 2 made from the most modest of materials. Increases residence maximum HP by 10%. Wow, you built us something to sleep on? Thank you, Nia. Whether it is night or day, you can sleep on any bed that is within a room to recover your health. As the sun sets, the darkness will close around you, and more powerful monsters emerge in force. When night falls, you would do well to return to your base. Rest your head upon a pillow and sleep until morning. Nia, my child, you discovered the means to build a straw mattress all by yourself. In addition to the power to create I bestowed onto you, it seems you also bear some special skill to discern what can be made from the materials you find. This is a wondrous power you have. It shall no doubt prove invaluable to you in your quest to rebuild the city. Nia? Hello, Nia? Was the goddess speaking to you? You were staring off into space with your mouth open again. You've got to pay more attention to what's going on around you, Nia. If you keep spacing out like that, you'll never get anything done. Time flies. Nia, can I ask you something? With all this wandering around and collecting stuff, aren't you getting a bit hungry? Huh? No, it's not just me. That's not my tummy rumbling. You must be hearing things again. But anyway, look, there are a lot of plumberry trees around here. Plumberries are kind of small and they don't really fill you up, but they're really sweet and juicy. You can go get some plumberries for me, Nia. Please? We need at least 5 for a decent meal. Plumberry is a small pink fruit that never falls far from a tree. Alright. So yeah, we're basic bitches at this point, you know. But I mean, that's okay. I just remove this spot of earth. I don't actually need that. I'm going to be basic at this. Alright. Okay. I want to have the building as basic as can be. You know. I don't have the means to make doors yet, but I can at least put some of these rooms all together already. Like this one, for example. With basic materials. Alright. I want this to be a door. This room has 2 doors. This could be like a storage room of sorts. Okay. Let's... yeah. Perfect. Can't break this yet. And I want to fill this hole up too. You know. I don't want to have too many levels in my city. But yeah, as the voice was saying, we're basically building a new city here. Alright. I think I still want to keep some of it around here. Alright. Let's build me a new cypress rig or an oaken club. Let's get with an oaken club. Equipment. There we go. Stronger. But yeah, I'll definitely get around to finishing a lot of this. Wow, thanks. I wanted to put it there. There you go. Okay. We're slowly getting somewhere, if you didn't notice already. We don't need that level yet. I think I'm going to build most houses like at least 3 up. I'm going to gather some plum berries next so we can advance the story. You know. This could be like a big bedroom. I don't think individual rooms are a thing in this game. Milk blossom bud. I have 1 plum berry only. Yeah, I think this is regular earth. I still don't know whether I like this game more or the second game in general. I like both of them a lot. This game has its charm to it too, you know. Like there's a certain unique charm that this game has that is not present in the second game. This game also focuses, I find, more on the RPG elements. And the second game focuses a lot more on the building elements. Even though it has a little bit more complex combat system. The second game, I mean. This game focuses a lot on RPG elements, you know, like regular village. This is going to be a regular village, and we're going to fight some stuff along the way and stuff. And I can kind of spoil the second part of this. It deals with ailments in general. A lot more. Like the second chapter deals a lot more with ailments that you would find in an RPG, you know? Wow, you found so many plum berries. Can I have them? Sure. Eat them. Hooray, thanks Nia. To tell the truth, I'm actually really, really hungry. Yeah, these are for you. It's your share. I mean, you must be starving too, right? They're really tasty. You should try them. The hunger meter. You know, Nia, I've been thinking. You run around smashing all these trees and grass and stuff and use materials you find to build new things, right? Be pretty useful to have somewhere to store all that stuff, don't you think? After all, you're going to have to collect a lot of different materials pretty soon. Why? Well, It's a secret, but you should still make something to put all your stuff in. Your friend is wise indeed. Having a place to store and manage the resources you gather would serve you well. Can you conceive an item that would serve such a role? Alright. Let's build a second one. That's incredible. Wow, you made a chest now. You can put all the stuff you've collected in there. And go and collect even more stuff. You know, Nia, there's something I've always wondered. What exactly has happened to this world? They say that the light was stolen from us by a really bad man. Ever since, it's been all anyone could do just to survive. Nobody cares about anyone but themselves, and they never help anyone else out. Anyway, I think it's super boring to live like that. Don't you think it'd be fun if we could rebuild the city and everyone could live together? I feel like if you're around, anything can happen. We should do everything we can to make this town a great place to live. But we'll need loads and loads of materials to do that. That's why I asked you to make a chest. Alright, so it's agreed. We're going to build the biggest, bestest city in this whole wide world. I'll have to think about what we need to build, and you'll build it. You're going to help me, aren't you, Nia? Aren't you? Sure. I'll help you. Let me put the chests right here. The sun goes down, you won't be able to see us far. Alright. It's going to be a lot of work to turn this place into a huge city, isn't it? Is there anything I can do to help? Like, maybe I could build something? That would be pretty helpful, wouldn't it? But if I'm going to build things, I'm just going to need a room to work in. Just like the one in this picture. Nia, can you build me a room like the one I've drawn? Pretty please? It seemed that your example as a walk-on within young Pippa the will to build. Blueprints, such as this one, she has gifted onto you, may be laid on the ground by pressing X. Press minus to view the plan in more detail. To complete a blueprint, ensure that you place all the necessary items exactly as shown. Be sure to build rooms within the bounds of your base, lest the inhabitants of your town fail to recognize them. For the workbench, you could use that mason's workstation near the flag. Probably have to bash it about a bit before you can even move it. Now in the room, we'll need a door to get in and out, and a torch or something to light it up. But you can make things like that from raw materials, right? Straw door. A functional primitive door made of sticks and straw. Can be opened and closed. Alright. But we'll probably have to wait until tomorrow. Alright. Let's see that blueprint. So yeah, these blueprints are interesting. You know what? I think I'd like to have... Can I lay it out like... Where can I put the workstation? Well, the workstation could also be just in a place like this. Yeah, let's probably have to get rid of everything before I can even build this. Or maybe I just... Okay, let me close that hole up real quick. And here we go. I think I'll build it like this. Here we go. So yeah, these are interesting because these are separate rooms you can build. And you get a bunch of them, especially towards the end. And you can just... see what you need. like this. And then you just start building the blueprint exactly like it is. And it recognizes it too. Like this. Okay. Obviously you have to build it within the walls of the city. Just kind of small in this game, I think. Alright. So yeah, you need to make them too high. Obviously. I'm missing earth. Do you have enough straw to make straw door? I do. Sure as shit, have enough. I already have torches, but I'm going to make a bonfire too. Alright, let's put in the straw door. So this is the workbench. There's a bonfire here. Then I need another chest. There you go. And then I need some earth. There you go. Let's gather some. Sadly, we don't have a mass gathering system where you can just gather resources willy-nilly. We'll get that soon enough, but yeah. Still have to gather a lot by hand. You know, and I would like the next game to be a lot more open still. The second game already has like really cool stuff, like some cool blueprints that serve purposes and stuff. But I would like even more control over what my villagers do, you know? But we'll get to that once we head to the second game. There's a lot more you can control your villagers to do too. Your villagers are actually helpful in that one, in the second game. And alright. They're actually super helpful, but it's still a little bit limited to tell them what to do. We could always expand on it a little bit more, you know? Okay. Okay, that was an empty room. And now we need to whack the workbench. And put it in here. Oh, come on. Here we go. You built a first stonemason's workshop. So yeah, you have these buildings that you can do. It needs a lot more the second game, but yeah. Hooray, you built the workroom I asked for. Thanks, Nia. It's just like the one in my picture. Off-world inhabitants of your town seek to assist your efforts by presenting you with blueprints. Should you lack sufficient resources to complete a blueprint or other construction, search for them in nearby wilderness. Some materials can be obtained by defeating the monsters that maraud the wilds, thus freeing them from their grasp. I'm going to use my new workroom to build all sorts of stuff. I put it all in a chest at the end of the day, so you can take a look at all the amazing things I made. Thanks again for the workroom, Nia. Now we can make everything we need to rebuild the city. But it's not going to be much of a city with just the two of us living here. The truth is, when I was on my way here, I saw a suspicious looking man lurking around nearby. He looked like a bit of a weirdo, so I waited until he went away and ran straight here. But maybe if we asked him to come and live with us, he might lend a hand in rebuilding the city. He was on the other side of the mountains the last time I saw him. Go and find him, Nia, and get him to join us. Make good use of the compass, my child. It will be of great use to you in finding what you seek. Press plus to take the stock of your surrounding and search for the fellow of whom the young Pippa spoke. Alright. I think... I don't know if you put the raw materials in. Or if that was a function of the second game. We also need to establish some town walls once we get the chance. Obviously. Because we don't want to have monsters freely roaming around, you know. We're going to establish a perimeter. Banner of Hope. But yeah, we're basically rebuilding a world. The world has fallen into ruin because of all of this stuff that happened, you know? God damn it, the workshop is over there. No. Ragged rags. Can make these. No, but I'm going to make another oaken club just to be on the sure side. Equipment. Well, this is basically the same that we've already had. Alright, let's go. Let's explore. God, fall damage, yeah. Fuck, it gets dark. Is it nighttime already? At the beginning, you really don't want to contend with some of these monsters that are out there. By the way, you can use a certain floor plan how many ever times you want. Doesn't really matter. There's an old worn signpost here with the words "My Pledged" embezzled at the top. There's a lot of writing underneath. Would you like to read it? How many years have passed since the violent, wicked Dragon Lord enshrouded our realm in darkness? Monsters roam the land unchecked, and even my dear home, the city of Cantland, hath finally fallen. 'Twas but a matter of months after being robbed of the power to create that we did begin to lose our culture. Even now, fewer and fewer of our people are literate. For so long, we did take that most dear and precious power for granted, that without it, we are undone. But if I cannot prevent humanity's decline, at least I can record it. To this end, I resolve to travel the lands of Alefgard and take note of what has befallen mankind. May this notice stand testament to my vow. I intend to collate the records of my journey into a book, which I shall title A Passage to Tantagel. I invite all who read this pledge to follow in my footsteps and seek out my story. May the goddess watch over thee in all thine adventures. Sir Reginald Augustus Grains, Canton Brigade of Guards. As I said, the story is a lot more interesting than a regular game would. Like, the whole people have lost the power to create is actually scary. I mean, just imagine. You can't create shit anymore. Nothing, really. It looks like it's been freshly stoked. Somebody must be nearby. Well, I'm going to break it down. Alright. Let's equip the next Oaken Club. These Anish books are far too difficult to read. Deciphering the Cantland Chronicle might take much longer than ordinarily thought. Handwriting is so bad that Neo cannot summon up the will to read anymore. Oh no, my item bag is full. Okay, where do we go? Hello? Anybody there? Hello? Somebody there? Those rotten monsters have buried me alive. They've completely covered me in earth and I can't get out. Please, whoever you are, get me out of here. Where are you, my child? Hold L and R to aim your attacks above or below you. Come on. There we go. Free at last. I cannot thank you enough, young lady. But tell me, who exactly are you? I'm sure I would remember such a funny looking face. What? You say you're building a town near here? By my bushy beard, that is a wonderful news. Let me help. Let me join your city and help you rebuild it. What are you pulling that face for? You look like you just swallowed an insect. Well, you may make whatever strange face you like. I'll find my way to your town whether you like it or not. I am Rollo, the proud owner of that most venerable of books, the Cantland Chronicle. I assure you that it and I will prove invaluable to this new city of yours. Now lead the way. Take me to your town. Alright. It's incredible that something like this can happen. By the way, we're going to do an early morning stream tomorrow, not a late stream. We're going to stream Metroid 2 tomorrow. Pretty sure that's what we're going to do. I need a lot of earth to fulfill all of your dumb wishes. And there it is, home sweet home. Yeah, you found someone to join our town. What's that? You think he seems a bit shady? You might be right there, that's why I avoided him in the first place. When I first saw him, he was giggling to himself and stroking his enormous buck. But he's got a beard, he must be pretty dependable, right? And he must be really clever too, I mean he's got such a big bushy beard after all. But anyway, now that we found a new friend, we can all work together and make this the best city in the whole of Alefgard. By my bristly brows, this town is positively brimming with life. Why, I do believe that the Cantland Chronicle describes this very place. It's a perfect occasion to bring the legendary city of Cantland back to life. Oh, my mention of the legendary tome piques your interest, does it? Cantland Chronicle is an invaluable volume of ancient knowledge passed down in my family over countless generations. It's many hundreds of years old, and its pages tell of mankind's helpless history and the lost art of creation and construction. Deciphering this ancient text could reveal secrets vital to the restoration of this once great city. Our meeting is no mere coincidence. Yeah, I assure you, we're destined to rebuild this magnificent town together. Alright. I'm going to stack this crate here. I'm going to take the Seed of Life. Let's eat it immediately. The Seeds of Life do increase your max HP, which is really, really important. But yeah. Okay. Let me put away most shit. Okay. Where is he? Neon, my friend. I do not mean to cast doubt on your claims, but was it truly you who constructed these buildings? If that were true, it would mean that you have the power to build new things. A gift that mankind lost so long ago. Could it be that you're the builder of whom the Cantling Chronicle speaks? The legendary figure blessed with the power of construction? Bah, of course not. If the builder had a face like that, I'd eat my own beard. What is wrong with my face? Guys? What? It's a regular face. What the fuck? Ah yes, Nia, I nearly forgot. The path across the mountains between the town and the place where you and I first met was dreadfully treacherous, wasn't it? Well, the Cantling Chronicle describes a special tool that can be crafted from the feathers of chimeras that dwell amid these mountains. The most convenient contrivance that lets you travel at blinding speed and be back at your base in the blink of an eye. Of course, if you truly were the builder of legend, I'm sure you would have no trouble creating this item and showing it to me. Here, my child, you need only lay your hands upon new material to discern what items can be built from it. The chimeras you seek dwell at the foot of the mountain fast by this place. Use a compass to find them, you might not lose their way. God, fucking damn it. Fucking railroady idiots. Why is there a building at the top of this mountain? Oh, this is where I came from. Alright. So the crypt where I spawned from. They are the chimeras. By the way, all Dragon Quest enemies, so... Chimera Feather. Chimera Wing. Hoping for the best. By the way, it would really be cool if people joined for this, because it's a fun game, you know? And building stuff together would be fun. This is what I mean when I say I want variety on the channel, too. Is that I want to have a variety of different games so that I'm not hooked on a single game, you know? For a long time. And I can play a lot of different games that we're just going to steamroll through. We can pause games. We can return to games. I need 3 chimera feathers for it. Let me sleep. Alright. Let me get some chimera feathers. I fell down earlier. But yeah, this is going to be a lot more of a chill game, I would say. Okay, let's get some more Chimera wings. There we go. There we go. God fucking damn it. At least we got free already. But yeah, some of the games I'm going to be playing is... they all still need an overlay. Also, you can always request games from me. So if you like a certain playthrough, you can always request that I play this game at a certain day if it makes sense, you know. So if you want, for example, to see more Pokemon, or if you want to see Stardew Valley, obviously, you know, just tell me, and I'll arrange that the next stream will be Stardew Valley, you know, instead of something else. There's some mushrooms here too. I should probably eat something soon. God damn it. I followed the marker to the wrong place. It's trying to lead me where more chimeras are. But I already have those. Let's open this. I have a few plum berries. Let's eat all of them, shall we? Chimera wings? God is above. This is a chimera wing. It's just as the Canton Chronicle describes. And there's no doubt about it. Within you dwells a long-lost power of construction. You really are the builder. Ever since the light was lost to us and the realm plunged into darkness, the people of Alifgard have waited for this day to come. The day that benevolent Rubus would send the builder to save us. Nia, my child, you needed only to touch a chimera's feather to know what you could build from it. So you got more materials and speak to those around you, and your knowledge is sure to expand even further. Keep a keen eye on your surroundings, my child. If you should see anything that you've never seen before, be sure to collect it. Nia, my friend, you and I have two vital tasks ahead of us. Firstly, we must complete the glorious restoration of the once great city of Cantlin. And secondly, we must unravel the mystery of what terrible tragedy brought this town to ruin. This place was once girdled all about by fearsome fortifications, tall turrets and towers to keep the monsters at bay. It is even said that a great golem once watched over the city, keeping all inside safe from harm. But those citadels and strongholds were completely obliterated, and nothing remains of Cantlin but nothing remains of Cantlin but ruins. How could such a wretched fate have come to pass? As a proud son of Cantlin, I plan to uncover the mystery of what befell my ill-starred ancestors. No doubt that with your powers and my book, it is only a matter of time before the truth becomes clear. We're counting on you, Nia. God damn it. You know, Nia, I've been so starving lately, I could eat my own head. All of this building and inventing is hungry work. God damn it. So I've been thinking, if we had something to cook with, we could make all sorts of delicious, nutritious meals. What do you say? Can you think of something you could build to cook things on? If you don't think of anything, put it in a room with a chest so that we can store the delicious dishes we make. So yeah, make us a room to cook in. Cook fire. Light source can be used to cook food. Okay, I think I still have a straw door. Don't I have a straw door? I thought I did still have a straw door. Maybe I only made one. Yep. Make a cook fire. Which room shall be the cookery? This one. I need a second straw door for this one. I don't have any more grassy leaves. Fuck. Let me gather some more. Okay. Then we have two straw doors, and we get the cooking fire into this place. Here builds an empty room. So there's a cooking fire. So we need one more light source. I don't think so. I think what I need is a chest. I think. Nia built a first crude kitchen. Primitive kitchen for preparation of unfussy fare. Residents will cook food and put it in a chest. There we go, we have a kitchen. Girl. Blimey, you did it. You made a place to cook. Now we're able to make all sorts of scrummy food. Thank you, Nia. And that chest is perfect. If I make anything really, really tasty, I'll put it in there so you can try a bit. Shrooms on a stick. I'll take it. So yeah, you can put raw materials in these boxes. Here. For example, I can put the plumberries and the mushrooms in there. And the residents will generally cook stuff and put it in a box. And make stuff for you. Well. By my bulbous belly, it seems we have a kitchen now. This creative power of yours is a wondrous thing. I wonder if your culinary skills are equally exemplary. Say you test them out and make me something to eat. What? Make it yourself? You built a whole kitchen for Pippa, but you won't even make me a single measly meal? Nia, you wound me, even though we were friends. By the way, I should mention that I saw some delicious looking orange mushrooms growing on the water's edge. I'm sure you can make a terrific meal out of a fine ingredient like that. 3 servings should do the trick. Do we have agreement, friend? I'm not your friend, but I'll do it anyway. But I need more mushrooms. At the water's edge, he said. Which is basically where we were. Over there. Alright. Just a few grilled mushrooms. The days seem to be going by relatively fast, I have to say. Let's put some shrooms on a stick. Nia, my friend, do I detect some succulent scent of freshly roasted shrooms? Fragrance alone is mellow, melody of mouth-watering flavors. By my growing grizzard, these shall make a magnificent meal. Come now, hand them over, quick, quick, quick. Sure. Marvelous work, Nia. We shall have to rename you the cooker. The Cantling Chronicle covers a wide range of topics. Chapters concerning the preparation of hearty, healthy meals are particular. Pardon? You want to see it yourself? The Cantling Chronicle with your own two eyes? I'm sorry, Nia, but that book is a priceless family heirloom. I can't just go parading it around in front of anyone that asks. And besides, the tome is written in an ancient and cryptic script. There's no way that you or anyone else would be able to read it. What little knowledge I myself have gleaned from it has taken years of painstaking study. However, I've not a single doubt that this book holds the key to restoring the city to its former greatness. I shall not rest until I've deciphered each and every one of its secrets. But fear not, my friend, I will not keep these secrets to myself. As soon as I make a breakthrough in my studies, you will be the first to know. And as for these mushrooms, it is only fair that you should be able to taste the fruits of all your labors too. Take this as a token of everlasting friendship. Mushrooms on a stick. Thank you. I'll eat them. What? Have I finished reading the book yet? Learn some patience, young lady. I made it quite clear that you would be the first to know of any secrets I uncover. Deciphering the Cantling Chronicle will take time here, and our work on restoring the city has only just begun. I suggest that while I continue my studies, you labor to rebuild the city to its former greatness and prove yourself the builder you claim to be. By completing rooms and placing them within the items you create, you can increase the level of your base. But be wary that you do not place your decorations more than 2 blocks above the door, for such items will not count towards your points. Now go, my child, fill your town with buildings, and these buildings with furnishings, and see your new home flourish. Nia, pay attention. Now, can you think of anything we could use to decorate all these new rooms you're about to build? Pot. Alright. So yeah, let's make the rooms that we've been arguing about. This will become a room. I'm just going to make them into regular rooms right about now. Yeah, this will be a room. This will be a room. Will become a storage room over there. The thing is, I need a bunch of straw doors for this. And a few more torches. You know. And also, I'm going to make each of them 1 block higher to sell the idea that these are going to be houses. So yeah, it's going to be 3 blocks, and then there's a floor for the second story. You know? So the 4th block stacked on top is the floor for the second story of this. Because we have to build high. in this. Because there's very limited space, as you might notice. We have very, very limited space in this area. So building high is crucial. I don't know if in Cantlin it's a requirement. It will become one later down the line, I think. You can zoom in like this. This resets the camera, okay. To build over here and then over here, right? I mean, this is going to become a room no matter what. And I need a little bit more grass. Let's gather some. Right. But yeah, I'm definitely going to also play more games that people are not familiar with. So if you want to check out some games with me, please do note that I will play games you're not familiar with too. And there's not many playthroughs of this. Yeah, as you can see, these walls, when they free high, they are actually a lot more imposing. Alright, more straw doors. You can also bulk make things. But yeah, this is going to become a room. Or this is going to become a room. And this is going to become a room. A big one at that. Although this might be too big to become a room. At least for now. Yeah, it doesn't recognize as a room if it's too big. Wonderful work, Nia. I'm impressed. Not only are you the legendary builder, but it seems your powers are becoming even greater. Nia, my child, no matter how many monsters you defeat, you will grow no stronger. Only by the weapons you wield and the armor you wear, your might as a warrior increase. You are the builder, my child, and it is by building this base that your true strength will be revealed. I'm sorry to say, though, that I've made scant progress in deciphering the Cantlin Chronicle. I dare say it will be some time before. By my sensitive ears, did you hear that? Of life. Thank you. I'm going to eat that. Cypress Stick. Let's make another oaken club. So, in case this one fails. There you go. Nia, I have the most terrible tidings. I know not what has driven them to it, but the monsters plan to attack our great city in force. We must protect Cantlin at all costs. Nia, you must prepare our defenses against the coming assault. But fear not, I shall fight by your side, my friend. I shall do my duty by protecting dear Pippa and our beloved home from harm. Rollo speaks the truth, my child. The vicious beasts that dwell hereabouts are heading here in droves. This town is the seat of the Alefsgard restoration. It must not be allowed to fall at the hands of the monsters. With an oaken club in hand and enough healing cream to tide you through the onslaught, you must drive back the Dragon Lord's foul powers. Nope. I forgot. I probably should make healing cream for this. Alright, now I'm ready. This is your first true battle, Nia, but fear not, for I know you will prevail. But yeah, you get these segments where monsters are attacking the city. Usually they only appear from one side. And the monsters are defeated. That was the easiest one. Well done, my child. You have saved Cantlin from the monsters' audacious advances. As hope wells within the townspeople's hearts, so too will your banner of hope grow, blanketing the land with ever more warm and tender light. But now it seems the location of your base is known to the Dragon Lord's vile vassals. The monsters fear that, should the people of Alefgard band together, they will lose their dominion over these lands. No doubt these beasts will launch yet more offensives ere long in an attempt to crush this beacon of hope. You must protect this place, my child, whatever it takes, no matter what manner of brutish behemoth assails it. You do not know if you're equal to the task? In fact, you do not really understand what this task I've given you is all about. You just want to build things, not fight the monsters. This very moment that may well be so. But as you come to know more of the people here, you will realize that with great power comes great responsibility. I've done all I can for this benign land. The rest is up to you, my child. Work together with your new friends and restore the city of Cantlin to its former greatness. I must leave you now, but I know that we shall meet again when your work here is done. Until then, know that I do watch over you, always. Pair of blue tablet fragments. That'll teach them. I saw a great shaft of light on the horizon and thought it was warranted investigation. Imagine my surprise when I discovered a bustling village. But who are you and what are you doing in a place like this? I beg your pardon, you're building a city? Good luck with that. If you expect people to work together and live in harmony, you've another thing coming. I hate to burst your bubble, girl, but there's not a man alive who has the luxury of looking out for anyone but himself. Speaking of which, I'm tired out after that trek. I'll stay here and rest for a while if you don't mind. The name's LaRouge. Shan't be staying too long, I don't think, but in any case, pleased to make your acquaintance. Fuck you, dude. I might play the Dragon Quest games in between as well. We might see. That would be interesting if we play the Dragon Quest remasters for the series. Earth is easy to come by if you need more. What do you want? Brilliant work shooting us blighters with Bosnia. But it seems the filthy fiends have found their humble settlement. We have no way of knowing when they might strike next. We must devise some means to keep them at bay. By the way, I noticed that you found a pair of curious stone fragments in the aftermath of the battle. I had seen an artifact of similar design in the Cantling Chronicle, and, man of action that I am, I investigated further. If you were to stick these fragments together again, I believe they would form a device known as teleportal. Apparently you could just plonk the thing down on the ground and, hey presto, it'll whisk you away on a sunbeam to a place where you can find whatever your heart desires. For a builder like yourself, putting together a thing like that should be a piece of cake. Olnia, do you think you can glue that teleportal together again? An ancient artifact that can convey it to far-flung fields. Once placed, it can be used to travel to and from another island. Alright. Let's repair it. We have enough. Marvelous work. By my baby blue eyes, you've done it, Nia. You've made a teleportal. Now you can travel to distant mysterious worlds and back again. In these new exciting lands, you're sure to find new and exciting materials with which to build new and exciting items. Quickly now, plop the teleportal down on the ground and hop on through to whatever wonderful destination awaits you. Actually, Nia, before you head off, there's something I wish to ask you. Something on which the good of our city and its continued growth may depend. Once you have the teleportal up and running, I beg you, speak with me before you step through it. The thing is, I'm going to make a teleportation room. The blue teleportal. I'm going to put it here. Not half bad. I think we get free. So if I put a bonfire here. Nia built her first teleportarium. Oh, interesting. Cool. By my athletic physique, the teleportal is activated. That mythical swirling light is positively hypnotic. When a teleportal shines like that, it shows that the path is open to a place where all your dreams can come true. Nia, my friend, there's one thing that I wish to ask you before you pass through the Glimmering Whale. I ask you to find out how to build that most mighty of tools, the Giant Mallet. The Cantling Chronicle describes a Giant Mallet as a fearsome hammer, strong enough to break huge boulders and fell great trees. Rocks and wood aside, you're bound to find a veritable bounty of new materials wherever this teleportal takes you. And with new materials come ideas for new items. Items we can use to make a city even bigger and better. The monsters known as Hammerhoods carry these giant mallets everywhere they go. I'm sure that they could tell you how to build one. Once you've learned the recipe, waste no time, build one straight away and show it to me. Alright. We're going to keep the teleportarium going, but I'll plonk one down here. That's 2, then 2 here, then here. Let me put it here. Teleportarium. So, and we have 2 second teleport pad and here. Alright. Thing is, let's plonk down a wall here. But then this door has to go. And then we have this piece of earth. Let's stack this here. And then let's put a door here. Alright. And then I will... put a 2-block row here. Alright. That seems fine. Okay. So yeah, I'm going to make this teleportarium smaller. Just like this. Here we go. The teleportarium became smaller. So yeah, we don't need a huge teleportarium, but we're going to have this up. And I'll probably... I'll make this a room too. For now, we'll see what we put in here later down the line. Pull out a few more torches, just so we are safe at night. Also build a few torches around here. You know, just so it's lit up at night. Okay, one torch here, one torch outside, one torch next to this one, next to this one, and next to this one. There we go. Town is now lit up for the night. Let's build one more stack of torches. Okay. Now we're here. Let me put into the storage a few things. Take out the mushrooms real quick. Yeah, we don't need that. I don't need that right now. The grassy leaves, the signpost. I'm going to take the chimera wings, obviously, torches, and the pots and everything. There you go. That's what we're going to take on travels with us. Let me put the mushrooms away, and let me take those 2 skewers out in case we get hungry. Alright. Here we are. I think this just teleports you to different parts of the map. There's an ancient sheet of paper lying at the bottom of the crest. Nia carefully unfolds the note and begins to read it. Wanderer of the great plains of Cantlin, I bestow this blue naviglobe unto thee. Set it firmly upon the ground, and ever shall its guiding light be reflected upon thy compass. If thou wishes to return to a place with confidence, whether it be a place of safety or opportunity, simply set this globe before thee, and let it guide thy way. To whosoever readeth this missive, may Rubus watch over thee in thine adventures. Sir Reginald Augustus Grains, Cantlin Brigade of Guards. So yeah, these blue naviglobes, you can mark places on your map with it. Orange oil. Wayfarer's clothes. Magic dye. A rainbow-hued brew of colorful glue. Goo, I mean. Let's equip the other Oaken Club. Death Daisy butt. What? But yeah, I'm enjoying this game quite a bit. First clump of fur. Leather armor. Leather shields. I love climbing. Hey, you're a human! Human! Don't worry, I'm just like Club Arena. I love humans. But what's a human doing all the way down here? You didn't fall, did you? Don't worry, human. I'll show you how to climb. Climb up sheer walls like these, and you'll be out of here in no time. You can make a staircase out of earth or clay blocks, but you can't just plunk them mid-air. So what you got to do is stick them straight onto the wall, like this. Alright. Thanks for that seed of life, I'll take that. Smashing work, you can go anywhere you want with a talent like that. From now on, you and me are climbing buddies. I know that climbing is fun, but it's pretty dangerous too. Take care you don't fall down and bump your head, alright? By the way, the monsters have sentience in this one, which might have very uncomfortable implications too. Medicinal leaf. Medicinal herb. Fruit salad. Let's gather all sorts of materials here. Well, there's some metals too. As you might see. There's a hut over there. We should probably check that out. Okay, this is not a room, but it could be. And there's a building thing here too. If we want it. Alright. There's even more things here. You're a big boy, huh? Leather sack. Well, bless my soul, if it isn't a little human. I'm Club Arena, the head hammerhead. I suppose you might call me the hammerhead. What might a poor, beleaguered human want with me? Mercy me, you want to know how we make our giant mallets? I'm sorry, my dear. I know it must be hard being a human, but you won't turn into a hammer that easily. And besides, these hammers are our most precious treasure. The recipe is a close-guarded secret. It wouldn't be right to tell every Tom, Dick, and Harriet how to make them. Come now, dearie, don't be like that. Perhaps there's some way we could... Oh, I know. My roof has got 3 great big holes in it. The wind comes right through and plays havoc with me old bones. And don't get me started on the rain. I get soaked to the skin. I'll catch my death one of these days, I'll tell you. A few blocks of straw floor would plug these holes right up. I do it myself, but I'm not as young as I once was. Well, how about it? Do you think you can fix my roof? You can use the ivy around here to make a cord. You need to bundle up the straw into blocks. Once you've built some straw floor blocks, just pop them in the holes. If you did fix up my roof for me, I'd be ever so grateful. I might even show you how to make a giant mallet just like mine. Alright. I have way too many things around, by the way. Oh god, I made another hole in your roof, Globarina. Ouch. Okay, there's a convenient workbench here. Let's eat that shroom on a stick. Draw floor. Can I just tidy up? Straw flooring. Let's do this. There we go. I might have accidentally... There you go. My word, you fixed up my roof. And what a wonderful job you've done too. I didn't think you had it in you. Hold on a minute. A human with the power to build things out of nothing. Sorry guys. Don't tell me you're the legendary builder. Oh my, would you listen to me getting all excited? Don't worry dearie, your secret's safe with me. You humans were once so powerful, but now there's hardly anything left for you. Meanwhile, as monsters grow stronger by the day. Truth be told, I can't say I'm happy with this arrangement. I think this world could do with a bit of balance. Now that's not to say I want to see the whole world crawling with humans, but it'd be a real shame if you all died out. Alright, I'll help you, but this is just between you and me, dearie. We wouldn't want the Dragon Lord finding out now, would we? First things first, let me show you how to build a giant magnet. A mallet. Magnet. A heavy hammer hewn from a large log. Attack +8 can break hard blocks. No. I don't care. Club Arena. Giant mallets. She puts it in the equipment bag. First, let me tell you about the giant mallet. With just a few swings, you can chop trees into trunks. Alright. No! Please don't do that again. Let's use a Chimera wing to fly back to base for now. Because our inventory is already full with all the materials that we've gotten. Alright. Let's put the inventory there. New things like Ivy, the globe and stuff like that. We'll make another expedition for the teleportal soon. Now we can finally crush some of these things here that have been obstructing us. Stone. Stone swords. Alright. Stone table. Stone stool. Stone steps. And a mason's workstation. Now we can craft our own workstations. So yeah, I'm going to clobber this one. For now. Here we go. There we go. Well, let's sleep until tomorrow. A light shines in the darkness. Images begin to form in Nia's mind. Beg pardon, these words of the king have slipped thy mind? Forsooth, what manner of hero art thou to forget such a speech? Permit me to regale thee with his majesty's words once more. In days of yore, thy revered ancestor did receive the almighty goddess, the sphere of light. By its power was a world rid of the menace which did beset it. Yet alas, some few years past, there did arise a new threat, the Dragon Lord. With his cunning, he did steal away the sphere of light from us, plunging the land into darkness once more. Should this state of affairs be suffered to continue, the night must surely take unrelenting hold, and our realm perish. So I say unto thee, vanquish the accursed Dragon Lord and reclaim the sphere of light. All of Alefgard doth place its trust in thee, hero. Fulfill thy destiny and deliver this land from the darkness. Seemed like a memory of something that happened long, long ago. But whether it was her own memory or somebody else's, Nia can't remember. By my knobbly knuckles, Nia, you've done it. You've built a giant mallet. With a hammer like that, you can smash up all sorts of things that you couldn't smash up before. Why, just around here there are trees and rocks. And through the blue teleportal there's said to be copper and coal in abundance. Once a clever lass like you gets her hands on materials like that, well, there's no end to what you might invent. And just think, when you build your new inventions, you might be able to dream up recipes for even more exciting items. Go on, Nia, head out into the world and swing that mallet around that thing like there's no tomorrow. Smash up everything you see and pick up all the materials you haven't been able to collect so far. And if you work out how to build new things, waste no time, build them straight away. To begin with, why don't you try chopping down one of these nearby trees? Alright. First off, I'm going to tear down this wall. Because fuck this wall. Alright. Better. Annie, I've just been talking to Pippa. She said you were looking for new people to help your town grow. I think I might know where I could find someone. On the far side of Hammerwood's village, there's a small island connecting to the mainland by a narrow land bridge. I passed by that place on my way here, and I thought I saw a bonfire burning. You might want to head out there and see for yourself. I'm sure Pippa would be thrilled if you brought someone back with you. Oh, and Nia, it's a long way away, so it can't hurt to build a place to sleep while you're out there. Have you seen any of those old broken down houses when you've been out on your wanderings? If you fix them up, you could use them as a home from home and take a break without having to come all the way back to town. But it's up to you, really. For the time being, just follow your compass and see if you can find a new person to join your town. So Nia, gathering all sorts of new useful materials. You must be building up a sizable stockpile of all the amazing things you've found, and if you haven't yet, well, it's only a matter of time. Either way, you're going to need somewhere to store it all before it gets out of hand. You can only imagine how very vexing it must be to go pick up tantalizing new item and find your hands are full. Well, never fear, Nia, for as long as you toil endlessly to gather materials, so too am I hard at work. I've been poring over the Cantling Chronicle to see and have deciphered the means to construct something called the Colossal Coffer. If it's as remarkable a repository as the book describes, it will be making gathering and collecting materials a breeze. Nia, if I show you how to make the Colossal Coffer, will you build one for me? I want to see the fruits of my studies with my own two eyes. An enormous enchanted chest that can store all materials a busy builder needs. Alright. I think that is a priority. You know what? This room is not big enough for that. We'll make this whole room a storeroom. What do I need for the Colossal Coffer? Wood, fur. Okay. Well, let's go. We can fell trees like that. There we go. And the cool thing is you're always progressing, you know, it doesn't feel like you're standing still most of the time. Okay, let's make wood. Bench. Saloon door. Let's make that Colossal Coffer. I need 8 pieces of wood. Alright. Good thing is quest givers actually walk towards you. By my bulging biceps, you've done it, Nia. You've built the Colossal Coffer. With that coffer placed within the boundaries of this great town, you no longer have to worry about running out of room when you're out and about. When your item bag is full, this marvelous magical chest will whisk anything you can't carry back to your base and store it for you. And what's more, you can access the Colossal Coffer and all of the items inside it from anywhere in the whole wide world. Do you know what this means, Nia? You can go out into the wilderness and gather materials to your heart's content. Speaking of gathering materials, have you collected any of the copper, coal, or stone from the home of the Hammerhoods yet? The Cantling Chronicle describes these substances at length. It seems that if we had a forge, we could use them to smith metal items. Needless to say, you should be sure to seek out these substances without delay. Now that you've got both the mallet and the coffer, it's time to dive into the caves beneath Hammerton Heights and see what you can dig up. God damn it. So yeah, this solves all of our problems. I Thing is, this item is huge. Let's use the Colossal Coffer. If you have a Colossal Coffer in your base, you can take items out of any... Alright. It is too big for this room, so let's put it in here, I think. There we go. And then we collect these. The rest of it gets shipped to the coffer. So yeah, we have 2 pages of items here that we can use. Let me also put the chest back up here. Alright. Better. So let's gather some materials while we're at it. Alright. Now that we have the Colossal Coffer, it should be fine. There's a lot of stones we could gather from this. But yeah, also a lot of coal and stuff that we might get from this. There you go. First lump of coal. Brazier. Crockery. First lump of copper. Copper ingots. And a forge. It is a little bit weird to have this on the weapons button. It might be that we later get the upgrade. I don't fully remember. I can get a lot of copper from this. But I swear, at least in the second game, it is on the trigger. The hammer is placed on the trigger buttons, which fits it a lot more, I feel like. But I don't know. Maybe not. It's been so long since I played the second game. Second game actually took me quite some time to complete, because I started it several times, but because of its length, it was hard to get through and do a full playthrough of that, you know. Copper out of this. Need a lot more copper and coal. We want to build cool stuff, you know. Alright. It's a little bit hard to aim with a hammer too. But I guess it's par for the course. Alright. I'm bored. Who's the fuck is bored? Emerton Heights Visitor Center. What? Okay, let me use the Chimera wings. To get back. I'm retooling this. I'm retooling this room. I'm going to leave it up. Like you guys wanted it. I hate the shape of this room too. So we're completely changing it. It needs to be bigger to... Okay. Let me put this here. There's going to be the door. Fuck. Let me sleep. Alright, let me look at my vision here. Yeah, let me make it a bit bigger. Like this. This should be a decent size. And let's make it square as much as possible. You know? Okay. Let's make it free high. Alright. Then let's put the straw door in. Alright, we have a new stonemason's workshop that is now bigger, and the thing that I want to touch on is I want to make a forge as well. And we're going to put that one down here. Over here. And you built the first stonemason smithy. Wow, look at that. What do we need for... Okay, brick wall. We can fire bricks here too with coal. Interesting. And flagstone. If we want it. But we can also make 25 copper ingots. Copper cradle that keeps a torch attached to the wall. Light source. Alright. Copper sword. Great. Now we have a little bit more firepower too. I thought the colossal coffer was linked. Apparently not. Apparently I still have to get the items from here. I do have fur, right? I should have fur with me. Shouldn't I? I don't think so. Don't I? I really don't have fur. Alright. But we can make a copper sword out of this. Or do we have to do it in the forge? Yes, we do. Let's equip it. There we go. And I'm going to also make a second mallet. I don't have enough broken branches anymore. What? Build another giant mallet for us. I think we're doing fine. Now that I have a copper sword, it should be easier to take these down. Wow. But I accidentally fell on some good fortune. Because there's a lot of copper here. A lot of copper down here. All right. I hope that you guys will come to enjoy these streams too. I definitely do. It is definitely more chill vibes than other games. Coal. Definitely need that. I want to replace most of the straw and stuff, most of the earth and stuff in the village with bricks at one point. I think you can only fast do it with the floor here. In the previous game, you could, in the second game, you can do it with a tool, but I think you can only do it with the floor. Maybe you can do it with a wall. I don't know. Alright. A bunch of coal and copper. That should be enough to at least tide us over for a while. I also want to get a little bit of fur. Oh, butter beans. Boiled butter beans. Okay, give me a little bit of fur, please. Building on an empty stomach. Let's go back. Food should have already been prepped for us. Let's put our items in the colossal coffer for now. Alright. Let me sleep. But yeah, I'll continue playing this game for you guys, or with you guys, because it's one of my favorite games to play. I swear to God. I hope I can at least give you a little bit of... They made fried eggs, but nothing out of these? Really? Okay. Let me go in here and make the leather armor and the leather shield. Let's equip the leather shield and the leather armor. Good. Let's make brick walls real quick. Brick cladding. Covering that adds class to any earthen wall. Changes earthy walls into brick wall blocks. This is basically a fast track to doing this, you know? These brick wall claddings. They take a lot of time, but yeah. They take a lot of materials to make. But they are not that bad. You know? And then you can fast track changing your earth walls to brick walls. You know? Like this. Easy, right? You can do the same with the straw floor paddings. If we make straw flooring, for example, I don't think it shows you how much it's going to do. But yeah, you can just change the earth blocks, by the way. The other one's not. But I mean, if we use brick cladding, like along the walls here, we can transform this into a good-looking town, you know? As you can see. There you go. That's already way better. And then if we change the straw floor padding, then we have brick walls and straw floor, which looks good, you know? So we could definitely change everything into that. Makes it all look a lot more townly, I would say. That was already a thorn in my eyes. Basic bedroom. Here. Let me reorganize that. I need to retool this in order to make it better. By the way. By the way, I don't think you can make individual bedrooms in this one yet. So we'll make a communal one out of this. You know? Just a communal bedroom. And it will be entirely built out of bricks, too. So yeah, here we go. Okay, let's draw it. Where do we put this? Let's make a 2. Let's make this 2. So that we have this small little thing here. I'm going to make it as thick as this one. Let's make it 2 more. Okay, let me put straw beddings here. Corner. God damn it. Let me make a few more straw bedding. I need to get a few more grassy leaves. Okay. Alright, that seems great. That's room for 4. And then we'll keep this one tied up right here. Like this. And then we do this, right? Then I'm going to put these few flagstone blocks. Flagstone flooring. Alright. Fuck. Let me change this. I'm going to keep a little bit of straw flooring around, obviously. And I want a few sconces. Do maybe 4. And then we use blackstone. I can't make a giant mallet. God damn it. Give me materials. Quick. I need tree branches and stuff like that. I think the reorganization of the bedroom is the last thing we're going to do today. We need a few more straw mattresses. Sadly. Alright. Let me build another giant mallet. Let me actually build 2 giant mallets. We shouldn't run out of them. Okay. I can only sleep inside a proper room, huh? That sucks. But I guess that means I have to get a little bit of earth first. These monsters are a pain in the butt. To deal with. And they only come out at night. Alright. Let me build a proper bedroom for you guys. Alright. Get the fuck out of here. What are you doing? It's not wide enough. To be symmetrical, it needs one more in width. Like this. Okay. Then we put the sconces, basic bedroom, over there. And on the other side too. Like this. Alright. Now that we have this sorted out, first off we can go to sleep. First off, I'm going to add straw flooring. Okay. So yeah, that adds to the flair of the room. Alright. Then I must gather a little bit more earth. The good thing is with the mallets, we can like dig earth like to Kingdom Come. It's super easy to dig earth with the mallets. So whenever we need earth, just use a mallet a bit and we're going to get tons of it. I like the block changing system, by the way, that they have implemented. Like, that you can change blocks into other blocks without having to, like, break them apart. That is, like, a super cool system that they implemented. And I like it a lot because you can build everything out of earth. And then just change it back later. Okay. That looks good. So let me get in here. I'm going to make some flagstone. I don't have enough stone to make a flagstone. Let me make some brick walls, though. And brick wall cladding. And some flagstone flooring. Alright. We're going to make some brick cladding right here. Right here. Right here. Right here. Level 3! Alright. This seems like a really good bedroom. Let me put away some stuff so we don't get... So we don't get caught up in this too much. I think I'm going to put the flagstone flooring in here first. You know, for the teleportarium, this actually looks good. Let me... Okay. Alright. So yeah, this actually looks good. Let me put the... let me get some more... straw mattresses. Okay. And we can put some more in here once we have more people. But yeah, this is the communal bedroom, which we might expand in the future, but the new communal bedroom. Let me quickly take a mallet to this. To this flooring. I actually don't like this flooring anymore. Alright, let me... Alright, let me put dirt back in. I think for a forge in the workroom, the flagstone flooring looks better than what we had previously. You know? Alright, we have a little bit of flagstone flooring left, so... Oh god. There we go. There we go. Then the stonemason's table over here. The chest over here. Let me add another chest over here. And let's put a bonfire there. Nice, right? Looks better. Looks way better. Alright. This entranceway is also going to become flagstone. There we go. Also, this also definitely becomes all of flagstone. We need a little bit more stones in the future, but yeah. We're going to make this pretty, you know, this location. Let me add the brick wall to this back. Here we go. Yeah, we'll have to see, but it looks fine. How do we even save? There we go. Yes, please, let me save. And that's where we're going to end for today. I know this is not going to be a very popular game series or anything. But I do wish that you guys would give it a chance, you know, and take it from me. I love this game series, and obviously we're going to rebuild everything. I might do a thing where I go back outside of stream and just try to make the places look as pretty as possible before we leave. And then just show you. But yeah, that's going to be it, you know, for today. And we did a bunch of progress. We're still in the tutorial, obviously. They're going to teach us. And your repertoire will grow as the game grows, which is a really, really great way to make this kind of game, you know. But yeah, I think I'm done for today. Thank you guys so much for watching. If you want, leave a like and subscribe. It helps me out with my channel. And I'll see you all next time. Trilightning out.